In your morning news now, the Chippewa County Sheriff says an investigation against him is tossing due process out the window. The Leader Telegram reports Chippewa County administration is investigating allegations a county employee made against Sheriff Travis Hakes. The county DA's office confirms they're reviewing a formal complaint the county has submitted about Hakes, but declined to offer the nature of the allegations. The board says it's writing a letter to Hakes to express disapproval of his alleged behavior and that the board will meet again October 10 to discuss authorizing charges and pursuing removal of the sheriff. Hakes took to his Facebook saying he learned about the development from media reports, not the board. He claims some administration members are, quote, unhappy with the fact I have a constitutional duty to independently act in the best interest of Chippewa County residents rather than cater to their whims. He goes on to say he'll fight removal efforts with every ounce of his being, and he's unaware of a formal complaint ever being filed against him. News 8 now reached out to the sheriff, county board chair, and county administrator, and we're awaiting responses. As e-cigarette sales rise in the U.S., the rate of child nicotine poisoning is hitting an all-time high. Reported child nicotine poisoning rose by 32% between April 2022 and March of this year. That's from the CDC. Experts say the poisonings usually happen after a child gets a hold of an e-cigarette device and consumes the nicotine-containing liquid inside. A pediatric allergist at Gunderson Health System says adults with children in the house should consider the risks involved with e-cigarettes.
And the message to anybody who's using these devices is, A, you should consider quitting yourself. They're not good for you, okay? There's nothing good about any of these devices. But B, think about the unintended consequences of you having it at home with a young child.
Child nicotine poisoning symptoms typically include dizziness, tremors, elevated heart rate, and vomiting. If you want to quit using tobacco and need help, Gunderson offers programs to help you get started. A local home improvement store is getting national recognition. Since 1972, the Board Store Home Improvements has served the La Crosse community. Now, owner Miles Wilkins is receiving a Legends of the Home Improvement Industry Award at the Growth Mastery Summit. This award is given to people that have made significant contributions to the home improvement industry for a long time. The owner says the success of the store comes from adding more products so they can serve more people.
I think it's about the experience. People often forget about the products shortly after they get them, but if they have a good experience, then they come back to the same place. And I think that's what's caused our growth, quite frankly.
Wilkins says over half of their annual revenue comes from returning customers and referrals. 4 years ago, Viking Elementary students planted 80 Honeycrisp apple trees. Now, those same students get to enjoy the literal fruits of their labor. This apple orchard has been an education resource since before the trees were planted. Students from the high school agriculture program helped build and install the deer fences around the orchard. A Holman School District employee says this harvest is a way to show the younger students the importance of farming and agriculture.
But more than that, it's really about getting our kids involved in our farm to school program, knowing where their food comes from and how it grows. And it's really the complete education cycle that we're providing. All these apples that they're going to pick today will end up in our lunch program for the next several weeks.
Since the trees are still young, Gasper is hoping to get about 30 cases from the harvest. He says that as the trees get older, the crop yield will continue to grow. Warrens is holding their annual Cranberry Festival this weekend. According to a press release by the festival, there will be a free walking cranberry marsh tour, 100 food vendors, 100 farmer market booths, 300 flea market booths, and a whopping 800 arts and crafts related booths. This year is also the festival's 50th anniversary, since starting back in 1973. Admission to the event is free, and there will also be a parade on Sunday at 1 p.m. The festival will be open from 7 till 5 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Today's clue for the Oktoberfest medallion has been revealed. According to the Oktoberfest Facebook page, today's clue is, quote, while the aquatic body to the west has dominated local terrain, calls to maintain water and wetlands nearly went down the drain. A constant natural sponge filtering and absorbing seasonal snow and rains. Look for waterfowl and wildlife along the swampy lanes. The medallion is also within La Crosse's city limits and is on public property and not buried in the ground.
As you head out the door this morning, keep an eye out of the fog here because you may run into that on your morning commute. That should clear out between around 9 o'clock or so, 9 to 10 o'clock. And then we're looking at mainly sunny skies throughout the rest of the day. Today, highs in the low 80s this afternoon. By chance of a shower storm possible as we head into the early evening in some spots. 8-day forecast heading into the day tomorrow, watching for another chance of showers, a couple of storms again. Saturday, partly cloudy for that first day of fall. Showers and storms possible on Sunday. A mix of clouds and sun with some cooler temperatures as we head into next week, with those highs very comfortable into the low to mid 70s. So it will definitely feel like fall as we head into next week.
Absolutely. Plus, we've got all of these Oktoberfest clues.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
We're officially in that season.
Getting into that time of the year.
Yes. I took a little stroll at Riverside Park yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And man, the leaves are changing fast. They're on the ground, and it's just so nice. There's so many people who were there that were like soaking up the last bit of like warmth and before we transition into like that sweater season.
I can't believe summer is ending in a couple of days. It just flew by. It felt like.
See, I feel like it flew by, but now I'm like, it felt so long.
Yeah.
You know, it's that thing where in the moment it feels short, but then once it's like kind of nearing the end, you're like, wow, this is taking forever.
Exactly.
Kind of like this week.
Right. Yeah, this week has been just dragging, I felt like. All right.
Oh, man. Well, definitely drive carefully out there with this fog.
Yeah, use your low beams out there.
Absolutely. And have a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you back here later today at noon.